All right, folks, I have got two streams up here simultaneously. One on Rumble for our members, and the other on YouTube as a public service announcement. So we have just uncovered some information that we did not have previously. This information is rather concerning. And I've been doing some research into it because this is something that I used to be involved in. And that is the world of pulse power. These are EMP pulses, like a nuclear bomb. So you guys have always heard about, oh yeah, nuclear bomb, and then you have an EMP, and that EMP will wipe out electronics for, well, depending upon how powerful it is, but can wipe out electronics for miles. I don't want to say that Iran has a system that is capable of wiping out electronics for hundreds of miles, but they surely could develop something that could wipe out some electronics for tens of miles. And they could do that in a small type of device. It has now been revealed that Iran has indeed developed said weapon, and that Iran has given that weapon to the Hezbollah fighters who are in Lebanon. So as of this time, it is reported that Hezbollah has EMP weapons to use against Israel when Israel attacks. Now, the interesting part about what's going on here is if you look in the upper right hand corner of your screen, you will see Forte 11 having a look-see at St. Petersburg, Russia. That's St. Petersburg, Russia right there. Okay? This aircraft isn't up here on a sightseeing tour. It is getting targeting information. You can look at the pattern here. They are looking, this is an exploratory flight to determine what they want to take a close look at. So we are seeing here that the U.S. is having a good look-see at Mother Russia. And if you want to know more about it, we're going to have to do that on Rumble. Because we're not allowed to tell you the truth here on YouTube. YouTube told us that telling you that Trump got shot in the ear, they told us that was fake news. They told us that telling you that Trump was shot at his rally. And by the way, if you're on the KLW World News Network, make sure all of the green TXs are turned off so that you don't inadvertently transmit. So let me see here. So overnight there were 3 messages. One was another 143 character message. Note again, this is virgin territory. Never before have we seen there been 100 character messages 2 days back to back. Yes, there have been additional messages. I haven't made permanent records. Yeah, I saw that earlier, Charlie. Thank you. Also, with yesterday was what? It was a 260 some character, 268 characters. Is that what it was yesterday? Yeah. 268 character message. It's the longest in history for an EAM that we know of. And then they repeated it. And then there's been another one here that Charlie is telling us of 143 characters. There's a lot going on. There are U.S. forces moving in Syria with Avenger missile launchers. There's at least 4 Avenger missile launchers, along with ammunition, missiles, and other things moving through Syria as we speak. There is also 4-wheel drive vehicles being transported across the border from Iran into Syria as we speak as well. So Iran is sending vehicles and weapons and supplies to get into this fight. So there is a real big deal transpiring in Syria and in Lebanon as we speak. This is going to be huge. Legend of Pilsky said there's 2 dead and others serious in condition in attack on nursery and major incident in Southport, England. Yeah, there's also I think 11 kids dead and over 20, possibly 40 others injured in the missile attack from Iran against Israel last night. Yes, they are taking their time because this is going to be huge. While we're seeing so many EAMs, while we're also seeing Forte 11 up here, because the U.S. knows that Russia is involved in this. The U.S. knows it's China. The U.S. knows it's North Korea. The U.S. knows it's Iran. The U.S. knows what's going on. They know all of these guys are together with their axis of resistance between Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, and other terrorist organizations that Iran is funding. Yeah, 5.2 is still relevant there. 3. Appreciate you letting me know, but if I reported every 5.2 earthquake, I'd be just an earthquake reporting platform. So there's a lot going on over there. We can see it with Forte 11's activities here. I'm sure this video is going to be taken down. You guys need to get onto the network so is that when notifications come out, you can see them. So is that when it hits the fan, you will be notified. You can go to buymeacoffee.com. I'm sure somebody can put it in the chat. buymeacoffee.com/KLW News. Get signed up either as a silver or as a bronze so that you can become a full-blown member. Currently on Rumble, we've got 468 over there and 205 on YouTube. We're going to continue to watch this situation. We're going to do a public broadcast tonight on Rumble. We're going to leave this up as a public broadcast until tonight's broadcast. After tonight's broadcast, we're going to go back private. I had a lot of stuff going on this morning. That's why this broadcast is not private. So get over there and get signed up. Link is now at the top of the chat on YouTube. Three ELG, you put it in do not disturb, or you don't monitor those frequencies. Turn off the RX on the channels you don't want to hear. That's user error, not a problem with the network. So if you want to support KLW World News, it's really easy. You can also go to that link. You can buy me a coffee. You can buy me a pizza. You can buy me a beer. Whatever you want to buy, you can go there and do it. They call them coffees. You can also call them beers or pizzas, but Yeah, so there's been 11 EAMs. Last night they were coming hot and heavy, one right after the other. We got like 15 of them in a short period of time. I think it was last night. Fuck, I've been awake for so many days now. It's hard to know. Either way, there is a lot going on. So we wanted to let you guys know what was going on. It'll start real soon, D23. It can start in a matter of hours. Look, this is going to be a big deal. When this gets kicked off, this is going to be a big deal. The most advantageous time to deploy an EMP is first. And a bunch of them simultaneously. If you want to deploy an EMP, you get as many of them airborne as you can. You set them all off. Or you've got them already ready to deploy far enough apart from each other that they don't bring the other one down. My enemy would find out I had an EMP device when it went off. Well, I can't do anything about that, Mello. Sorry, dear. You will have to resolve that on your own. Oh, they may be just BSing, but I know how to make an EMP. I can make an EMP device myself. So if the Iranians can't, they're dumber than I thought. It depends upon the power of the EMP, Stardust. If you've got a nuclear weapon as an EMP, the higher the better. But they're not using a nuclear weapon. They're just using an explosive. So in that case, the closer the better. You know, you're talking about weapons. Look, I know I can build an EMP weapon that will take out devices for miles. Okay, I sat down and did the calculations on how to do it. I know I can do that. So one would think that the Iranians could do the exact same thing. There's no reason for me to think that I'm any smarter than a group of Iranian scientists. Okay, they can study it just like I did. They can build it. I didn't build mine. I did all mine with models, but calculations. But there's no reason to think that they can't do it. It ain't a nuclear. It ain't rocket science, and it ain't a nuclear warhead. And by the way, they're working on a nuclear warhead. According to my calculations, they should already have somewhere between 6 and a dozen nuclear warheads as we speak. I don't think so. Not yet, Patrick. I think they already have a date, which I think is October the 7th. D23, who said that the Russians made the EMP weapon? Yeah, the head of military intelligence said the exact same thing there, JJ. But Colonel Hale told me one day in his office that every night before he went to bed, he kneeled down beside his bed and thanked God that I was on our side. I told him he didn't need to do that. I was on our side, and I was always going to be on our side. He didn't have to thank God I was here. I was glad to be here. So the fact of the matter is, yes, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Rumble at the same time. That's why there's 500 on Rumble and 274 on YouTube. And you guys on YouTube need to go sign up. We've had a bunch more people sign up. My God, the number of people sign up, unreal. So you should do the same thing. So I want to thank John for signing up. Aubrey, Ryan, MK, Club, Cynthia, Mary Beth, Otis, Kim, Andrew, someone, Toodles, Brandon, Pat, Nifty, Maverick, Peter, the video producer, Mark, Ellis, Charlene, Zach, Janet, Kim, welcome aboard. Anybody can comment on Rumble. Everybody's commenting on Rumble. There's no problem with the comments on Rumble. Hattie Smith Life. Chat's working fine on Rumble and YouTube. All right, so folks, if you haven't gotten signed up yet, now is the time to do so. The link is at the top of the chat on YouTube. We are seeing things that we have never seen before. The easiest way to explain this is the pot is about to boil over. You can't have well, what did you do there, legend? Are you starting trouble again, dude? Really? That's how you get banned. You start trouble. Check him out. Check the file, ER. See if he's been convicted or if Rumble is the one who is banning him. Because, by the way, sometimes Rumble will ban you. It's not us. It's Rumble. So, yeah. So, I don't want to be a boiling fog either. That's why we are watching what's going on here, folks. So, again, if you are just joining us, Iran has provided Hezbollah, those are the people who just attacked Israel, they have provided Hezbollah with EMP weapons. That's electromagnetic pulse weapons. These are small weapons capable of being carried with a drone that will affect a small area with a cone of EMP. So that EMP will wipe out the electronics in the general vicinity below said drone or rocket. So we're going to be talking about that on tonight's broadcast. We're also going to be talking about that after tonight's broadcast. We are going to be going live at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific. There is a whole lot going on, folks. We're tracking Russian weapons. We're tracking Iranian weapons moving across the border into Syria. We're tracking the EMP weapons that Iran has delivered to Hezbollah. Also, the missile that hit and killed the children and all the young adults, that is also an Iranian-made missile. So there is a lot going on. Yes, the Iranians said that they provided the weapons. So we got it straight from the Iranians that they provided the weapons. So, yes, Israel has struck several locations. And what Israel is doing is Israel is sizing up the battlefield and determining exactly what they want to deliver to whom, when, what, and how. Israel is quite proficient at this, and I'm going to show you what we know so far. I've got a map of this. Some friggin' where. At least I did. Here we go. So Israel has already hit here. And what they've done is they've blacked out this area. And you can see this is the border here. Okay. So the Israelis came in and blacked out this area.
No, no, no. Standing. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1
Hey, Certus, I looked up the weapons, and if Iran has them, they're going to give them. I doubt this is going nuclear. This is just having, again, strategic communications. Oh, the yawning gets you? Wait until Mr. Lethargic does a broadcast, and it's more than 35 letters. Alpha. Bravo. Charlie. Delta. Echo. Foxtrot.
All stations, this is Humorous, break, 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Oscar, Papa, Alpha, standby, 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Oscar, Papa, Alpha, standby, 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Oscar, Papa, Alpha, standby, message followed, 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Oscar, Papa, Alpha, Juliet, Delta, X-ray, 5, Oscar, 6, Uniform, Romeo, Alpha, November, Tango, 7, Romeo, 6, Foxtrot, Juliet, Mike, Romeo, Kilo, 7, Juliet, Echo, X-ray, SA again, 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Oscar, Papa, Alpha, Juliet, Delta, X-ray, 5, Oscar, 6, Uniform, Romeo, Alpha, November, Tango, 7, Romeo, 6, Foxtrot, Juliet, Mike, Romeo, Kilo, 7, Juliet, Echo, X-ray. This is Humorous out.
Yeah, some people are scared of the truth, folks. Some people don't want to know what's going on in the world. There are people who would rather just live in oblivion. I refuse to live that way. You know, years ago, and I'll give you a perfect analogy for this, and it's reality. Years ago, I was flying with somebody in a plane, and we came really close to going down. And right before the plane was about to plunge into the side of the mountain, the pilot in command reached over and shut off the landing lights of the airplane. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, I don't want to see it coming. And I said, I do my plane. And I cut the headlights, the landing lights back on the plane, took control of the plane, and banked it off the side of the mountain in a fucking maneuver that I don't want to do again, and kept from slamming into the side of that ridge. It worked. I'm here. Some people don't want to see it coming. Some people do. Those of us that want to see it coming, that's because we're prepared or want to be able to react to it in some way, shape, or form. Other people are just going to be deer in the headlights. I'm not being a deer in the headlight. I don't want you to be a deer in the headlights. That's why I'm on the air. That's why I do what I do. So if you want to be a deer in the headlights, or if...
Thank you for coming. I'll see you in hell. I'll see you in hell.
This is what I want.
You can't handle the truth.
Wow. So get your feces consolidated, folks. This is going on right now. The information that you see on my screen is publicly available. You can go see it. If this is not about to pop off, why the hell is Forte 11 doing surveillance on St. Petersburg, Russia? Just answer that one question. Well, let me put it to you this way here, CERN. How long have you been here, CERN? And what does your name stand for anyway? I need to know that. That's an American asset, decoy. And please refresh there, CERN, so you're not behind in the stream. So you can see right here on the map, you can go get this yourself. I'm not making this up. Forte 11's right there. You can see that, can't you? Do you need bifocals like me? Make it real simple. St. Petersburg. Russia. U.S. surveillance plane looking at St. Petersburg and the area around it. Share this out everywhere, folks. You ain't never seen this before. U.S. surveillance plane, not normally available on ADSB. It is from time to time, but not regularly. Absolutely available today for everybody to see. U.S. surveillance plane spying on St. Petersburg. We're just talking for the fuck of it, right? I doubt that'll be the last time we hear from him. Because we have a aircraft flying at 53,000 feet, spying on St. Petersburg, Russia, looking for targets for some strange reason. And people think, it's nothing, right? If we're not going to war with them, why are we doing this? Why are we flying persistent surveillance over St. Petersburg? For what purpose is that? What do we need to do that for? I mean, why have we been flying this fucking thing around Kaliningrad for the last 3 weeks? I didn't see you, old school. Should have blown the horn. Of course, it's got to have to be pretty loud to me to hear it. Yeah, you can see a hell of a lot from 50,000 feet. That's close to just a little shy of 10 miles, folks. 53,000 feet is 10 miles. And it is 53,000 feet. Correct. Magma is NATO. This is a U.S.-owned aircraft. Yeah. We own this. Again, if you don't think conflict is coming, you haven't been paying enough attention. Well, I don't know your buddy in Ohio, but how much area can be scanned at 53,000 feet? A long way. Pretty much. Let me show you here. Anything you can see, and by the way, there is St. Petersburg right there. They're going away from it. Can you imagine when they were over here, how much of St. Petersburg they could see? That's St. Petersburg right there. So when they were almost half the distance away, bat phone. All right, the Russian embassy is now burning their documents at their embassy in Moldova. I repeat, the Russian embassy is now burning their papers in Moldova. We've seen this before, folks. We know what this means. right, folks, I'm telling you now, if you're not on the network, you need to get on the network. Go to the link, top of the chat, sign up there, do the same thing that all these other people have done. Hodges, Someone, Source, John, Action, Ryan, Cynthia, Cindy, Andrew, Scott, Retired Cop, Jason. Do the same thing they did. Get signed up, folks, because this is a public show. We're not going to do all this as a public show. This is going to be for members only. So if you want to see when this kicks off, you need to be a member. It's really simple. Go to the link, sign up. If you just want to see the shows, it's real simple. Sign up as a silver. If you want to see everything that's going on and be part of the KLW World News Network, then sign up as a Rumble. But this is, or excuse me, sign up as a bronze, so as that you can be part of the network. So we are going to I don't understand what your question means. Explain what means.
All stations, this is Emerald, break, 5, Foxtrot, get back, 6, Tango, 3, stand by, 5, Foxtrot, get back, 6, Tango, 3, stand by, 5, Foxtrot, get back, 6, Tango, 3, stand by, and 6 follow, 5, Foxtrot, get back, 6, Tango, 3, Julia, Lima, 3, Foxtrot, Hotel, 3, Sierra, November, 7, Lima, Uniform, Golden, Kilo, 6, Whiskey, Victor, Quebec, Papa, Julia, Whiskey, X-ray, 3, 6, X-ray, 5, Foxtrot, Quebec, 6, Tango, 3, Julia, Lima, Kilo, 3, Foxtrot, Hotel, 3, Sierra, November, 7, Lima, Uniform, Golden, Kilo, 6, Whiskey, Victor, Quebec, Papa, Julia, Whiskey, X-ray, 3, 6, this is the Marina's house.
Well, Whispering Pines, that's why you should have joined the network a while back. You would have known all about it. We would have already given you classes on how to do all that. That's a great part about being on the network. You get classes. You get taught how it all works. You get taught how to use it. You even get told what to buy.
All stations, this is Emerald, break,
It's going to be too late for a lot of people.
Foxtrot, Julia, Light, Sierra, Tango, stand by, 5, Foxtrot, Julia, Light, Sierra, Tango, stand by, 5, Foxtrot, Sierra, Tango, standby. This is solid. 5, Foxtrot, Julia, Mike, Sierra, Tango, Bravo, Papa, 7, Whiskey, Yankee, Victor, Hotel, Yankee, India, X-ray, November, Zulu, Bravo, Echo, Kilo, Foxtrot, 6, Gold, Whiskey, India, Zulu, Mike, Kilo, I'd say again, 5, Foxtrot, Julia, Mike, Sierra, Tango, Bravo, Papa, 7, Whiskey, Yankee, Victor, Hotel, Yankee, India, X-ray, November, Zulu, Bravo, Echo, Kilo, Foxtrot, 6, Gold, Whiskey, India, Zulu, Mike, Kilo, out.
All right, so my question there, CERN, is if you've been following me since back before I built out the yacht, why are you questioning what I'm saying now? If you've been here that fucking long, in that period of time, how many times have I been wrong? How many shows have you watched? How many thousands or tens of thousands of stories have I shared with you in the news? And in all of those years, back before I built out the yacht, that's 10 years. You've been watching me a decade. How many times have I been wrong? And of all the times I've been wrong, why are you questioning me now? In 10 years.
This is my
No, he's not. He's just standing by. Because he's not done yet. Okay, an EMP weapon can take down anything that has electronics in it, unless it's so far away that it doesn't affect it, or there's shielding around the aircraft, or there's shielding around the cabling, or there are chokes and other things put into the electronics to protect that EMP from hitting it. Again, yeah, another new strain. I told you he wasn't done. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I couldn't tell you anything. I told you he wasn't done. You need to share this out with everybody you know. EAM's off the charts. Lincoln E. all call. Now, folks, get on. I've put the link in both chats here. I've invited everybody here. I've got everybody here. I've sent out notifications across the network. I haven't done it on Coffee Club yet. I sent this out earlier. I will do that, but I want to give a brief update here. So we can see upper right hand corner here, and I'm going to have to do this manually for those of you who are on YouTube, and that's why we are going to stop streaming on YouTube here shortly. So, oops, wrong one. Isn't it? Nope. I want 2. There we go. And 2 here. All right, so what we have is a high altitude radar surveillance aircraft that's SIGINT beyond belief. It's signal intelligence. It can hear everything and it can see everything. If you can see it in that image, it can see it. So that's a lot of territory. If you go outside with a walkie-talkie, or if you have an internet browser or Wi-Fi, anything that is broadcasting, this thing is capable of pinpointing what it is that you have broadcasting, what it is that's moving, what it is that's transmitting. It can see all, hear all, and one of these days, and I'm going to see if I can find it here, I will show you. I'm going to do a class. I'm not going to do it for everybody now, but one of these days I'm going to show you the clarity at which one of these aircraft can see. Now people say, oh, I can see something. There's a blip on the screen, is what a lot of people think that an aircraft like that can see. That is entirely untrue. It is not a blip on the screen. Radar signatures are now so advanced that they can identify an aircraft by visualization of that aircraft, so much to the point that they can actually read the numbers painted on the outside of the aircraft, because some frequencies of radar penetrate paint better than others, and so that shades the refraction off of that surface. And when you have a long array, you can get a better scan across that surface and be able to see that paint on the outside of the aircraft with a single frequency range. We're not even talking about dual or multi-spectral, frequency spectral radars. And I have put together a class that I'm going to give to teach you how multispectral radar works. I'm going to use light instead of radio waves, and I'm going to represent how that works and your ability to identify something, or their ability to identify something with radar using light. I'm sure it is going to be very enlightening for those of you who get to see that class this coming weekend. Correct. They can read if it has been painted over. They can read multiple layers of paint. Correct. That is correct. So we have Forte 11, quite possibly the greatest or second greatest airborne surveillance platform on the planet. And the difference between Forte being a global hawk and whether it being the first or second, it would be between it or its sister, which is the Marine version for this same job. But this aircraft can see everything that you can see here. Let me go over to 1 here, and I'm going to go over to 1 here. So basically everything that is within the horizon, this thing can look at and see. Okay, and again, St. Petersburg is over there. And when this was flying over here, St. Petersburg was a whole lot closer because it was, excuse me, halfway to St. Petersburg. So it was flying about right here earlier. Actually, right here, you can see. It was flying right there earlier. So looking at St. Petersburg was pretty easy. So, and I think what I want to do is I think we're going to pay for it in the simulator. And if we're going to do this, we're going to do this in 4K. That's another thing that the members get to see. We're going to fly this in 4K in a simulator, and I'm going to buy a Global Hawk to put into the simulator, and then we're going to load it with satellite imagery. And then we're going to go through, and we're going to see what we can see from that Global Hawk. We're going to see what they represent to us that they're seeing from the Global Hawk. I'm going to know what you can see from the Global Hawk and then try to give you as actual, factual view of it as I can based on what I can show you. And there is video footage out there that does show being able to read paint with radar. So let's see here. I gotta take that off of there. I was gonna try to show it to you. I'll find it and show you guys just how good it is. It's amazing. And they were doing it back in the 90s, having this quality. That's because that the target aircraft was an F-4. So when F-4s were flying, still, is when we were doing this testing. No, I have not seen F-16s in Ukraine yet. I have seen some other things in Ukraine that lead me to believe that there are F-16s already there. But I haven't physically seen them there. The flight the other day of the British aircraft from the Royal Air Force circling the whole country, flying all the way around the country at 29,000 feet and not getting shot down, that told me that there's things going on and that nobody wants to shoot at anybody flying over Ukraine right now. And then later, an IL-76 actually flew across the western part of Ukraine. Most of the territory was held by Russia, but there was a good bit of it that was not. Well, you see, evidently they got caught there. And so they have documents there and equipment there that they don't want the Moldovans to get. So they are burning all of that. So they had plans of doing something in Moldova. And yeah, what's your source for that, Freddie? Well, first off, you're not going to know it's an EMP device when it's launched. You have no way to know what's inside the warhead. So you can't say, oh, that's an EMP device, look out. You don't know. So there's no way to know that. Now, what action can you take? There's really not a whole lot you can take. Turning stuff off helps. Shielding it, protecting it, putting it in a Faraday cage is best. Most likely, in this case, these aren't nuclear EMPs, so they're not going to have a long range. So unless you or your neighbors are the target of the attack, it's probably not going to attack you, or affect you as far as directly. It's the results of that attack that will affect you. So it may not fry all your electronics, but it may be fired at the control center for the power company. And if it's fired at the control center for the power company, well, you might lose power, which is basically the next best thing to you being hit by the EMP. So there are a variety of other effects, or like they could hit their radar system with it. They could hit the command and control facility with it. They could hit the telephone network with it and fry cellular systems. If they hit the what would be considered the MTSO, which is the mobile telephone switching office. So let me show you one. I guess it's the easiest way to explain this. I told ya.
This is humorous. Break. Fear. 6. Lima. Stand by. 5. Foxtrot. Oscar. Sierra. 6. Lima. Stand by. 5. Foxtrot. Oscar. Sierra. 6. Lima. Stand by. Message follow. 5. Foxtrot. Oscar. Sierra. 6. Lima. Echo. 6. Juliet. Victor. Uniform. Quebec. 6. Lima. Echo. Lima. Juliet. Uniform. Fox. Tango. Hotel. Victor. 3. Sierra.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Trust me, he'll be back. He's not done. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so gotta do it up here manually again. All right, so we were talking about taking out an area with one of these EMP devices. So I would suspect that they would be able to take out, and this would be my target, okay? And this is probably their target too. This is just a prime example. So if an EMP device went off, let's say it was a weak wind, it would probably take out everything in this area right here. So if it went off, it was about this high, it would take out everything, you know, so none of these buses would run, none of the electronics in this building would operate, the city would be without water, none of the school buses would operate, this cell site right here would not operate. So there wouldn't be cellular service in this area. And if it got into any of the wires in around here, it may fry things in a few of the other buildings around the area. Now, if they were smart in their endeavor, what they would do is they would hit this type of a building. So you have things that are called cell sites. A cell site is a cellular building or site that provides cellular service to an area. However, in the middle of all of that, you have one of these. This isn't a cell site. It has a cell site here, but this is an MTSO, otherwise known as a mobile telephone switching office. And this MTSO, when you come back out of it, well, somehow or another, when you come out of here, when you come out of the MTSO, the mobile telephone switching office, on its tower, it has a collection of microwave antennas. And those microwave antennas broadcast out to other transmitter sites on tops of mountains and hills in the area. And that allows that MTSO to communicate. Notice it sees the mountains all the way around. It's a very good site up on top of this hill here. So when you get an MTSO, you take that out, you're not taking out the cellular just in this area. If you hit an MTSO, the mobile telephone switching office, you will take out all of the cellular for that entire region. So not just one location. So that can be just the simple fact that they come in and hit this site as opposed to another cellular site is huge, because one site might take down 25 square miles. If they take down an MTSO, they can take out an entire region. Well, it's part, okay, look. So the Jewish, whatever it is, posted it, or Israeli news or whatever it was, posted it, the Jewish Post or whatever. They posted it. I know that these weapons exist. I've been told that the Iranians have these types of weapons. I know the Iranians are smart enough to make these types of weapons. And I haven't seen anybody that has called out the Jerusalem Post saying that this is inaccurate, and they are actually quoting the owner of a company who makes the device, and he is saying that it's going to take out everybody, you know, and he's bragging, and he wants to be bragging because he's talking about them using his device, so he wants to take credit for it before it happens. So, well, I showed people earlier where I used to work, which is Pulse Power, where they used to do the EMP testing. I worked in the building where they did that. So I know a little bit about this. Okay, so ER has seen another one. So.
Aberdeen, this is Chris. I authenticate India, Charlie, Echo, with Mom. Say again. Yeah, Charlie. And 2138 Zulu. I'll copy you over.
Pinkerton, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, the big one back in the day? I just glanced up and saw you said something. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the spice level's up. This is some zesty shit here, buddy. Yeah, I don't think I saw that episode or that magazine article. I didn't see that. So, yeah, I didn't see it. So sorry, I can't speak to that. Now, so a weak one, small one, something that somebody with a little bit of expertise could do, could take out this whole area. Something that would be easily carried on a drone. If you had something that was a little bit better and you had a little higher drone, you could probably take out an area about this big here. So if you can imagine that, you could probably take out all of this. All of that right there. Or a lot of things in there. I don't want to say everything. It doesn't matter what the map is. I was just demonstrating what a EMP device could do to a building like that. And I happen to know that that building is there because I put it there. So anyway, an EMP device could take out an area about like that. Yes, it's an example. All right, so now that we know what we got there. Buy you a coffee, we'll send you the notifications. That's why you need to be a member. So go to the link at the top of the chat, sign up there, because YouTube isn't going to do it. Okay, folks? They're not going to tell you what's going on. They're not going to show you what's going on. They don't want you to know. I said when Trump got shot, I was carrying it live. Okay? And when he went to walk off the stage, somebody had zoomed in on the side of his head, and I took that image and zoomed in on the side of that and said it looked like that he had been shot in the ear and it possibly grazed the side of his head. And YouTube said that that was fake news. They took it down. They gave me a community guideline strike. So they are not going to let me tell you the truth, folks. That's why we have got to get off of YouTube. That's why I'm going to get off of YouTube right now. And if you want to see this stuff in real time, that's really easy. You need to come over to Rumble. You need to sign up. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to leave anybody out, there's 408 of you over here. I'm going to take the link from Rumble, and I am going to put it on YouTube. There it is. And I very, very, very rarely do this because we are private now, folks. But it's breaking loose, and there's 408 of you in here. Because when I shut this down, we're going to do this. We're going to do the public show tonight, and then we're going back private. So I'm giving you the opportunity to get an education between now and the end of tonight's show. And this may just roll right over into tonight's show, because of the way it's going right now, I might not have an opportunity to prepare for a show. I'm too busy watching all the shit that's going on and taking care of you guys. Yeah, roger that. Censoring the assassination attempt. But anyway, there is the link. I will pin that to the top of the chat. So get over on Rumble. It's free to get on Rumble. And when you get on Rumble, go to the link at the top of the chat and sign up there so you can become a member like so many other people have today. So welcome everybody. So welcome Gravedigger, Kitty, Aspen, Ra, Tasha, Timothy, Hodges, Someone, Mills, John, Ryan, Otis, Someone, Jason, Shirley, Nifty, Ellis, Gary, Lindsay, Dan, Wanda. Welcome aboard, folks. Thanks for joining. So, with that, we are going to say c'est la vie to you, Boob. Sean, what are you talking about? And you had the best audio feed coverage. Oh, you're talking about on the assassination attempt, Sean? Yeah, I did have good audio on that, if that's what you're talking about. Well, you're going to get an education. I don't do shows, folks. I do classes. Mr. Intel, have you ever seen anything like you see in the upper two corners of the screen? Is this not a what the fuck moment or a what the fuck moment or a what the fuck moment? It's one of those three. Let me know which one you think it is. Really. Yeah, the question is, do you think this is a what the fuck moment?
Survey said.
What the fuck?
It is indeed, folks. It is indeed. This is a what the fuck moment. This has been the view next to St. Petersburg all day. My dear, they are not looking at Estonia, they are looking at St. Petersburg, Russia. There are bubbles forming on the bottom of the tea kettle. In fact, I think there's a couple of them that are starting to breach the surface. Yeah, bubble alert. So, Folks, get on the network, because I'm telling you, when we go off the air tonight after the show, we're going to be all private. So if you want to be part of it, go sign up. At least be a silver. It keeps us on the air and keeps you in the know. Because without groups or news organizations like KLW, folks are...
I know nothing
about what's really going on in the world. Don't be one of those. Get on the network. Yeah, Pam, it's and it's not NATO preparing to go to war with Russia. It's NATO preparing to defend NATO countries from a Russian attack. That's the truth of the matter. Surely I make enough on YouTube. I don't make a penny from YouTube. I'm not monetized. And obviously you don't know anything about YouTube. Because unless somebody has close to 500,000 subscribers, they're not really making anything on YouTube. Yeah. No worries. Just, this is how we stay in business. We have a news van. We have a new studio. This ain't Billy Bob on a laptop in his mommy's basement. This is a full-blown commercial endeavor to teach you and show you the truth. Yes, Mr. Racer, do you need something, sir? Turn that one down. You got to do the YouTube thing. Yeah, go ahead. All yours. Well. All right, so what are we looking at? We are looking at a high altitude surveillance aircraft owned by the U.S. making targeting passes at St. Petersburg, doing unbelievable surveillance. You can look at the upper right hand corner. That is St. Petersburg, Russia. And that is a U.S. surveillance aircraft looking at it. So support the channel, support your knowledge base, get an education. It's the best education you'll get for $10. You'll get an even better one for $20. It's worth even twice that at twice the price. Ask anybody. Yeah. I'm telling you. There we go. That's great, but that's on the, needs to be on the other one there. So, there's still 323 of you over on YouTube. Link is at the top of the chat to get on Rumble. And the link to be a member is inside the Rumble stream. So with that, because I want to show you other stuff and I don't want to have to worry about losing my channel, I am going to end the stream on YouTube so we can talk about this more in depth on Rumble. So with that, we are going to leave YouTube and we're going to be on Rumble. So have a great day, folks.
That's all, folks.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was Aberdeen.